This the new wave. Turn it up. I'm in the backseat chilling.
Hey guys, how's it going? It is Smalls and welcome back to another video of me finding out new games for you guys to try out. Just before we actually start talking about the game, I just want to remind you guys to consider subscribing, turn on those notifications, leaving a like and leaving a comment so more people can find this video and see if they want to try out new games. But now let's actually get to talking about this game. So this game is called Otherworld Legends. This is basically a roguelike RPG, which means once you die you'll lose all your progress and then you'll have to restart from scratch. It sounds kind of bad, but it's not as complicated as you guys make it seem. Sorry. So let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is pretty simple. There's different floors, different areas that you can get to, and all you do is fight enemies. And as you saw in the intro, this is a offline game that you can play when you're at school, when you're going out of town, or whatever you're doing. Personally, this isn't a game that I'm playing all the time. I have obviously other main games that I like to play other than this. This I really only play when I don't want to use my internet or whatever. But gameplay is pretty simple. All you do is obviously just fight enemies, and there's bosses, there's mini bosses, and all this other stuff. You can also buy items or perks, I guess you can say. You can find areas with chests that give you weapons also. So this thing that you're seeing up on the screen is the store where you can buy those perks, which basically give you different abilities. And then there's also this area that you can buy weapons. I personally don't use that all the time, but it's obviously not that complicated. There's also abilities that your character already has that you can upgrade. And to be honest, this game's, it gets straight to the point. It's nothing too complicated. One thing I will say is that some things when you're in the lobby are pretty complicated to know how to unlock. And I feel like the developer should have done something with telling us how to unlock those things. You'll probably have to be looking up some videos on how to unlock most things, because there's just one area in the lobby where you can buy things from this NPC called the Cat Secretary, and you buy a lot of things there, but it doesn't even tell you how to access them. It just tells you what it does, which is completely weird. But there's different abilities or perks that you can get. You won't always be getting the same ones. There's obviously the ones that you'll always see all the time, but then there's some that you'll barely even find out about. You can also unlock coins or get coins once you complete a particular room. That gives you items to buff your character if you make drinks at the bar in the lobby, which basically gives you speed boost, health boost, damage boost, or damage reduction boost. And those coins are only in game for when you're actually trying to buy those items once you're playing. These coins are in premium currency. The only premium currency that you might have to buy are the red and blue rubies. They're not as hard to get. You just have to get pretty far into a session to get those gems, and even at that, you won't get that many. Diamonds are pretty easy to find. You can find secret rooms that give you a ton of coins or give you a ton of diamonds. You won't find a lot that will give you rubies, red or blue. And you might be considering or asking, you guys might be asking, is this game pay to win? No, this game is not pay to win. You might think that a game like this might have pay to win aspects, but you can kind of tell when a game has pay to win aspects with an energy system, pay to win mechanics that kind of make it hard to progress. But this game doesn't have any of that. You can buy microtransactions, but I think the most expensive thing you can get from one single purchase is $5, I think, maximum. Not like other games that throw like $100 at you that you can spend. Obviously, if you want to buy one thing more than once, obviously you'll spend more money, like $20 for example. I personally haven't spent any money on this game. This is just something I play when I'm bored at school or whatever. But there's many things to do inside this game, but it can get repetitive at times. And I think one thing that the developers try to reduce this is try to include new enemies, new areas, and new themes. So this area is like a dark forest theme. There's a Wild West theme. There's like it's weird. I really don't know what all the other themes are, but there is different types of enemies. and bosses. I think the major bosses are still the exact same. Some of the mini bosses can be found in secret areas, which aren't too hard to find. You can kind of see this swirling effect on some of the walls that you can get into, because you have to find those secret areas. The game itself won't tell you where the actual secret areas are, but they do give you a small hint with that swirling effect. And this game is not that bad. One thing I will say is that you can't play this game in short bursts, like for example 5 to 10 minutes. I think to complete a full level with the boss and everything, I think takes about half an hour. But one thing that I do like about this game, like a lot, is that obviously if you have to go to a class or you get to that one location that you were going to, you can pause your game, take off the tab, come back to it later on, and it will take you back to the position that you last left off on. Obviously if you die, you'll get reset, but if you don't, you'll get left at that position, which I think is a pretty cool idea, because sometimes I'll do that, like I'll only play for like 10, maybe half an hour, because sometimes I'll even finish my work pretty quickly, and my teachers even let me use my phone, so sometimes I'll play for longer than usual. This game's not that bad. I think once spring break hit, I kind of stopped playing this game less and less, but I mean, I've had other things to do because the year's almost over, but this game's not that bad. Try it out. You might like this game. There's a ton of things to do. Oh wait, I also forgot this one thing. You can also ban items if you think you want to give yourself a challenge, or think that some items are really OP and help you too much. You can do that. There's health and shield that you can find around the map, and many perks will give you something that will help you, like this lightning fairy that I have. I didn't even know existed till I got it, and I don't even know the name of it. I just got it in I think a boss fight. But honestly, this game's not that bad. Microtransactions aren't even too in your face. I feel like you can also buy new characters with diamonds, which aren't too hard to get, and then some I think you have to pay real money for, which kind of sucks. I personally am not gonna spend real life money in this game if it's something that I'm probably gonna stop playing in like a few months. I mean, this game's fun, it's just not my cup of tea. There's a few things to do here and there, but there's also challenges. I don't know if they have a co-op, because this is the same company that made Soul Knight, and this game I think is a lot better, because Soul Knight would not even let me access their game because it kept on saying there was an error or whatever. I think because it's still in early access, because that game came out in 2018. I think this one came out in 2019 or 2020, I think. I'm not too sure on the date. And the space itself isn't even that big. It's only I think 700 megabytes. It's not even a whole gig, which is not going to be too hard on your phone. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing, turn on those notifications, and leave a comment so more people can find this video. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
It's that good feeling, show me your with it. Iced out teeth, she loves when I'm grinning.
You know I'ma tell you what to do, ayy.